Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jordan Young, and this is a certified bus and hood classic, no cap, on God. Today we're going to be going through some of the most interesting sneaker news stories from the past week, and we might as well just kick things off by recapping what significant drops went down this week. There were none. Nothing really. We did have a big sort of restock here in the UK and the EU that got a little bit of hype about it this time last week when shoes like the Union 1 Chicago's or the Brick by Bricks were mentioned as having a small restock, but the two shoes that most people wanted to cop in the restock did not feature in the restock, and so the restock was a bit of a letdown. There are actually some pairs of the SB4s still sitting in the smaller sizes and the way bigger sizes. They brought back the Game Royals, which nobody wanted, so yeah, it was a little bit of a lackluster restock, but there were a couple of cool pairs like the Yuto Horigomez, the Wu-Tang Dunks, stuff that, to be honest, the first time around wasn't that difficult to cop, and so this kind of felt a little bit more like a basic restock. But yeah, apart from that, it was a pretty light week for releases, so we might as well just skip into the news now, fam. Rightio, so we've had our first look at the Nike and Lego collaboration that a lot of people have been gassed up about since we broke this news last year. And we've had a shoe. It's a kid's shoe. They're $155. They're releasing in the fall season, and they've chosen to go with the Air Max DN8. This particular collaboration in this colorway kind of works. They're all yellow, so obviously taking inspiration from the color of the characters and the famous yellow bricks. They feature the same pattern on the upper that you find on the Lego bricks, where you connect them together, the little circular pattern, and they've got some Lego branding on the tongue. So it's a pretty simple collab, pretty clean, pretty effective. I can definitely imagine these will be really, really popular. Another really exciting collaboration is between Nike and Levi's. And the Air Max 95 Levi's pack has been leaked alongside some clothing, and what we can see here is three different colorways of the Levi's Air Max 95s. You've got a dark denim pair, you've got a blue denim pair, and then you've got a white denim pair. So kind of the same theme that they ran with for the Air Jordan 4 collab back in 2018. And yeah, I've got to say, they do look clean. They do look really nice. They look super simple. I think it's a really well done collab. There is also some jeans as well as some jackets, I think, releasing alongside, and we have seen these pieces modeled by Little Yachty's. No specific release details at the moment, but I'll keep you guys posted. We have had our first look at the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low in the Nitro colorway, and very clean shoe, very simple color blocking. I'm pretty sure this color blocking has taken inspiration from his previous Jordan 1 highs, in that it's either an inverse colorway or it's the sample pair. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, these are looking good, man. The quality on the leather material on the upper is looking really nice. The swoosh is big. You've also got the extra mini swoosh, the signature Nigel detail that often features on his collabs around the front quarter of the medial side of the sneaker. You've got nice contrast with the red outsole. The cream laces go hard. These do look like they would be very good for biking or skating or just getting active in. So yeah, it's looking really good for these ones here. They have a bit of that pre-aged touch as well that we've gotten used to / started to get a little bit tired of, but it does work aesthetically, I think. These are supposed to be dropping, I'm seeing, sometime in August. So at the moment, in terms of momentum, bro, Nigel is all over it. Talking a little bit about price increases over the past few weeks with Trump's tariffs coming in and with companies reacting to the increased cost of overseas manufacturing. And this week we heard that the upcoming Air Jordan 11 Low in this sort of light green colorway is also going to be seeing an increase in price. They're going to be going from $190 to $195, and then when they hit outlets, they're going to be back down to $100 in about 3 months' time. Okay, so the trendy, techie, metallic runner trend has been a huge feature in sneaker culture over the past 2 or 3 years, and brands have been doing their thing to try to either catch up to the trend or to capitalize on the trend, and now the trend is fizzling out. It's started to bleed into other types of sneakers. So check these out. This is the Air Jordan 1 and basically like a Zoom Romero 5 or a Mesh Tech runner combined, and I'm not sure what you guys think, but I think these are hideous, but I can understand what they're doing here. So they've taken the Jordan 1 Low silhouettes and then they've pretty much just textured out in the type of things you'd normally see with your mesh runners. So obviously you've got the mesh underlays with the sort of honeycomb action. You've got these little slits in the front of the toe cap, which I guess is supposed to be there for the, the ventilation aspect. They've got the big pull tab on the tongue. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's pretty interesting to see brands like Jordan Brand reacting to the runner trend and then incorporating some of the design elements into new sneakers. But honestly, are these it? I don't think so. Not for me. What do you guys think? Some exciting news for Air Max 95 heads and collectors. You guys are having an absolute time of it this year with all of the amazing Air Max 95s coming out, and Nike are not slowing down, man. The Fireberries are coming back, man, and this is a wild colorway. This is the type of colorway that you just need to wear a very basic fit with, and you can let the shoes do all of the singing. And these have a pretty cool, somewhat new, novel pattern on the heel if you guys check out the spine of the shoes. This pattern also features on the insole as well as the bottom of the shoes as well. Pretty cool pair. These are set to be coming out in the fall this year. We've had another really good look at the Air Max 90 Waves collaboration with Patta. And just as a quick aside, I am off to Amsterdam today, so if anybody is in Amsterdam this weekend, wants to catch up, or if anyone has any sneaker store recommendations, get at me on IG in the DMs. Would love to hear from you. So Patta have seeded out a pair of the Air Max 90 Waves to Odumondo Black, who's been seen performing in them, and mate, they look clean as. Collaboration also includes a full tracksuit, which he can be seen wearing here as well. I like the colorway on these, man. Release information I think is set to come out pretty soon, but stay tuned to the channel. I'll keep you guys updated. One of the most exciting SB Dunk releases for June is set to drop very soon. That's on the 7th. It's Hayley Wilson's SB Dunk Low. Very cool colorway. Something about purple and then SB Dunk really works, in my opinion. I can think of two really awesome purple SBs off the top of my head. One is going to be the Kenny Powers, and the other one is going to be the Purple Pigeons, although to be fair, that is pretty subtle purple color blocking. These are a lot more bright and out there. I think my favorite feature of the shoe has got to be the custom tab on the back of the tongue, which reads "you reckon," which is Australian slang for any number of different things, you reckon. And so I like the fact they incorporated some Aussie slang into the bloody tongue, mate. These are cool, man. This is going to be a pretty easy cop, I would have thought, given recent SBs and stuff like that. But yeah, I like them. Kith have a 6-pack of asics on the way, man. 6 different collaborations. Let's go through some of these one by one. Okay, here we go. 1, basic, average, maverage. Bro, these are all pretty average. They're nice, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with any of these colorways. They're just very meh to me. Right, so one of New Balance's most anticipated new models is set to drop very soon, actually. We're talking about the New Balance 2000, which basically looks like every other New Balance to date, kind of. These are launching on June the 14th for $165. They've got the Absorb technology. They've got, it's the classic program at the moment. You take the 2000s mesh runner, you update it with some slightly more modern technology, and bish bash bosh, you've got yourself a brand new model. You leak out the pictures months before they're set to release, you generate a little bit of hype, people like me talk about them, and by the time they end up dropping on June the 14th, a lot of these units end up getting sold. I do like the colorway. I am interested in how they feel. I think the price point is accessible at $165. I think New Balance have been doing well to sort of tap into that slightly more affordable price range for people, as people are a little bit more considered with their spending at the moment. So I think this could be a really successful model for them. Now, Nike aren't only releasing a shoe as part of the Lego collaboration. Duh, they'd have to do a Lego set surely. And so what's coming out is a Dunk set, which are dropping in July. Pre-orders are now open, so if you want to get your hands on the Lego Dunk set, bro, you can go and pre-order right now. 180 pieces is what you're looking at in order to construct. And yeah, man, you've got yourself a little situation here where you've got the Dunk shoe itself in a royal blue kind of colorway. You've got a basketball there, and then you've got the text with the Dunk. So it sets up to give quite a nice looking display, I must say, and would be fun to put together for sure. Everyone loves a little bit of banter. Everybody loves a little bit of back and forth, and Adidas have been taking very effective shots at the competition over the past couple of years using Anthony Edwards as the vehicle to do that because bro has been smashing up the league. But Converse took their chance this week to clap back at Adidas after OKC got past the Timberwolves in the playoffs and are now on their way to the NBA Finals under the stewardship of the man that's in form right now, the guy that's on top of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So Converse took to posting this video here showing an ant with the text "nothing left to say?" ? Unbelievable. Obviously showing that the Ant-Man, depicted here as an ant, has essentially been squished. Good moves, you'd like to see it, man. It's good fun. Right, so we've had an up close and personal look at the SB Air Max 95, the cactus flower. This is low-key becoming one of the most desirable shoes out there this year, and we've had a chance to see them on feet, we've had a chance to see them skate, at least according to Nike SB rider Shane Joe Neal. He's not having any difficulty at all skating these things. Now, these shoes have been a little bit of a polarizer because people have called into question whether or not the Air Max 95 was ever a good model to choose to essentially skateify. And plenty of people have been quick to refer to times past when famous skaters have, almost skated exclusively in the Air Max 95. But whatever your take on it, it's happening, they're a thing, the colorway is nice, the materials have been upgraded, they are skatable because bro is, popping the Heely Wheelies or whatever these things are called. And I just think they look really clean on feet. Really nice colorway. So no specific release date information that I'm seeing here, but I will definitely keep you guys updated. Right, so these next shoes are right up my alley. It's a shoe that I like and it's a drink that I like a lot. I've got one here actually, to be honest. Nike is brewing a coffee bean inspired colorway of the Romero 18 running shoe with some special packaging. So yeah, let's check out the colorway first. Dark with the coffee brown integrated, some nice contrast with the white branding. Shoes are looking good, I'm definitely feeling them, but it's the packaging that's pretty cool because they basically come packaged in what looks like it could be a coffee bag. No information on whether or not these are going to be any more expensive. I don't think so, hopefully not. But yeah, this is a cool concept, man. And right, let's finish off today's episode by just talking about some of the big keynote releases this June from Jordan brands. There's a few coming out, man. We've got the Jordan 4 Light Lemon Twist, that's a kid shoe. You've got the Jordan 11 Low Igloo, that's the pair that's been upped in price to $195, but will go down in price to the outlets soon enough. The Air Jordan 5 Amamanier are dropping on June the 7th. That's a pretty nice looking colorway, $225. I feel like the retro of the month, low key, is gonna be one of these two. I think the retro of the month, to be fair, is gonna be the Grape 5s. That's a shoe that a lot of people have been waiting a long time for. That is a clean colorway, $210 on June the 21st. The next most hyped up retro have got to be the Jordan 14 Ferraris. I mean, at this point, I think people are ready for this shoe. When these came out back in the day, they were popular, but with a very select group of people, and those same people will be after these, I'm sure, but I feel like the 14 has a little bit more of an air of acceptance about it now because it's not just the same old retro as we've been seeing time and again. And then you also have the Jordan 1 Low K54s, which are dropping as well sometime in June. So yeah, a couple of cool bangers. Me personally, I feel like the Grape 5s and the 14s are maybe the only cops, but I'm not like overly sold on the 14. So that is today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. All of my fam over there in Amsterdam, get at me over on IG and let me know where to go to check out some cool sneakers. I'm going to be filming some content there over the weekend. So I look forward to seeing you guys in Amsterdam, and I look forward to seeing the rest of you guys either over on my golf channel, which if you haven't subscribed to yet, I would really appreciate it if you would do so. And I'll see you when I get back from the dam. Take care, everyone. Peace out.